Production, man, that's crazy.
Don't say production. Don't say production.
You trying to get me embarrassed? You trying to embarrass me on a good Sunday afternoon?
No, 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 no. Never that. Never that. Never that. You know what? While I'm thinking about, I'm gonna go ahead and record this show, man. I have been forgetting. Yeah, hold on. And there we go. We are recording now. Anyway, what's up, Black family? Welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought, where we talk about the things that affect the Black community. I am Reggie O.
And I am Mimi Lady.
And what a lovely lady she is. Hey, that's my baby. Well, we got a continuation of last week's show, which we talked about we are all we got. And, man, I'm telling you, we got some stories, man, that let you know that we are all we got. So, anyway, y'all, let me go ahead and say hello to everybody that's out there listening. And, hey, babe, how was your week?
Just another day living in the hood. Just another day, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Live good today.
Come on now.
I got no complaints today.
None.
But no, seriously, Tuesday's my mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Her heavenly birthday. She would have been 76. Yes. So me and my family
Yep.
got together, and we always do this, go out to lunch and go out to the graveside and put out some fresh flowers and spend a little time with her and reminisce. So we had a good day. Had a good time with her. We hadn't been on a while together, so it was good seeing everybody, being with everybody. Some of their conversations are going to come up on today's show because they were very informative yesterday.
Oh man,
good
yeah.
conversations.
We had some real good talks.
Oh,
We had some real good talk.
Yeah,
We
hopefully they
had-
can call in. I just text my brother, so
Oh yeah.
hopefully he can call. I know he probably doing homework though, but
Yeah.
Other than
He's
that,
on a mission.
work is work, but life is good. I have no complaints.
All right.
3 weeks and a half counting, guys.
Hey y'all, we still here.
We're the bar girls.
Come on now.
Hey, mom.
Say that. Say that. Say that. Let's get the music back.
But other than that, everything was peachy keen.
Oh yeah, everything's good.
Well, how was your week?
Another boring ass week in the life of a computer geek. That's about it. I really can't complain. I mean, I'm not going to sit up here and say that it's all peaches and cream because it never is. But it was just another week. Nothing really exciting happened. Enjoyed time with the wife, of course, yesterday, and in-laws.
Absolutely.
That was fun. And again, we had some good conversations. And I think that's the main reason why we decided to do a part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah. It might be a part 3, you never know.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah,
It's a lot of stuff. So it's a lot of stuff.
We'll
So,
never stop talking about that topic.
oh man, yeah, we really can't stop because, like I tell people, I've always said this on the show, we don't have any allies. It's all about us. And so when I hear people saying that black people in America, when they hear stuff like this, that we're being divisive, I say, you damn right. Because when something positive happens to someone that's black, that's not from the African American diaspora, I'm not gonna say African American, I'm gonna say Black American diaspora.
Yeah, because I'm in. Not to cut you off, but right now my train of thought is kind of hooked on what
Brother Smokey
said.
Yeah.
I don't know, for some reason that pricked my nerve, and it has stayed with me since then.
Right.
So it's like Black America. Like the same thing. I've never been to Africa.
Right.
I haven't traced my roots, but I'm pretty sure we have
no doubt
ancestors
about
from
it.
there.
No doubt.
But me particularly, I'm a Black American.
Right. I agree with you on that.
Ta-da.
But yeah, with that said, man, whenever something positive happens to someone else other than a Black American, they take credit for it. Say, oh, no, not a Black American, they're a Ghanaian American. Just like when Usain Bolt was running all over people, even though he looks like us, he's not black. He's not a Black American, he's Jamaican.
Right.
And Jamaicans will correct you in a heartbeat when it comes to that.
Quicker than you can blink.
Exactly. So if I'm being divisive, it's because the people around me are being divisive. So, okay, let me be divisive.
Everybody else can be distinguished. Why can I be?
Exactly. Precisely. That's my whole point.
Yeah.
That's my whole point. But anyway, let me get off my soapbox.
Ain't nothing wrong with a good old soapbox.
Nah, nothing at all. And we're going to be debuting a new segment, brought together by my lovely wife.
Hello.
Yeah, I like it.
That's me. I'm the wife.
There you go.
But no, seriously, I want to first. Are you gonna do it now?
Not right now.
Okay. Okay, but I apologize later.
But later on.
Yeah, okay.
But it's definitely going to happen. We're going to debut a new segment. I'll let you guys know what it is. I think it's a nice segment, personally.
And I should have done it a long time ago.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%. I mean, this should have been done a long time ago. And like I said, he came up with the whole concept of it, and I love it, personally. And hopefully you guys will too. Anyway, let's get back to the show. Let's go back to my favorite section of the show.
Mine too.
The books every black person should read at least once in their lifetime. I got some good ones too, considering. First one is by Stokely Carmichael, who changed his name to Kwame Ture. It's called, of all things, Black Power, The Politics of Liberation. This book is very important. I read this book when I was in high school. And when I read this book, man, I said, boy, Stokely was on his shit when he was doing this thing. And he really was. What should I say about the Kwame Ture? He was on his thing. He was on this thing, man. I think every black person should read. I actually did a report on this when I was in college, in my freshman year.
Oh, wow.
Got an A on it too, of course. It was a good book. I had read it before, so I couldn't help but get an A on that one. Anyway, Black Power, The Politics of Liberation by Mr. Kwame Ture and Brother Charles Hamilton. He's still alive, I think. I think Charles Hamilton is still alive. I know that Kwame Ture, he passed away a while back. But I think Charles Hamilton is still alive. But anyway, that's a good book. Definitely get that one. Definitely get that one. This is a recent book right here. It's called The Devil You Know, Black Power Manifesto by Charles Blow. I read this book. I think you were with me when I bought this book. This one right here?
Yes.
Yeah, you're with me when I bought that book. Good book. It's along the same lines of Black Power. It kind of gives you like a step-by-step guide on what us as foundational Black Americans need to do as far as power and how to handle it and what to do with that power. Good book. This is a new book right here. It's called Addicted to White, The Oppressed in League with the Oppressor, a Shame-Based Alliance by Dr. Jerome Fox. Now,
Addicted to White.
How many people do we know that align themselves with white supremacists? How many people did we know of this off the top of
name
head?
a couple off the top of my head, but
Name one of them.
I don't want to get sued, but Herschel Walker, Candace Owens.
Come on now. Larry L. Don't forget him.
Yeah.
Don't forget him.
What's the other lady? I used to think this about Omarosa. She's tithering right now with me because
she's borderline.
Now that she done got kicked out the
She's
White
borderline.
House, she's come back on home a little bit.
She's trying to come
for
home.
a long
She's
time,
trying to come
I thought
home.
she was
Exactly.
funny.
Exactly. And that's pretty much what this book talks about. It talks about people just like that. That will, for lack of a better term, go along to get along. Which is always not a good thing. I mean, you can't kiss people's butt just so you can get head. That's stupid.
That's a lot, though.
Especially with, I agree with you. That's a lot of people do that. A lot of black people do that. They shouldn't have to do that. But, that's what this book is about. People align themselves with the oppressor. And we need to get them out of the paint. Let's just be real.
Yeah,
But anyway.
I mean, if you think about it, not to cut you off, but I'm still disappointed with Kamala.
Man, a lot of people are.
I
told people. I tried to tell people. But we'll get on that later. Yeah, we'll get on that later. Anyway, next book is another recent book that I just recently bought. This book was written, I want to say, early 2000s. It's called Buried in the Bitter Waters, The Hidden History of Racial Cleansing in America by Elliot Jaspin. Now, whenever you hear about someone getting dragged out of their house, strung up on a tree, genitalia cut off and stuck in their mouths, that's a form of racial cleansing, and it happens mostly to black people. There were mass lynchings all over the place back in the day. You and me both know that because it's historically documented.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what this book is all about, the racial cleansing of America, when they're trying to eliminate all non-white people. So that's a good one. And this one, the piece de resistance, 100 Years of Lynching by Ralph Ginsberg. It'll pop up in a second. Kind of delay here. But anyway, it pretty much chronicles 100 years of lynchings going on from state to state. Lynchings for no reason. That's why Sister Billie Holiday did the song Strange Fruit. Now, she was a rider. She was a rider. She didn't care.
She lost a lot of money.
She lost a lot of money. Exactly. She lost a lot of money because they did not want her to perform that song. But guess what? She did it anyway.
She did it anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that's what you call a rider right there, y'all.
Definitely.
But anyway, that's all the books that I got. So, and now, the new section. I love the section. What do you see the splash screen I built? This new section, I want you to see the flash screen before I say anything. It'll pop up in just a second. But I did this splash screen. It's called Bold Words from a Black Woman with Sister Asada Shakur on it.
Very nice.
Now, again, like I said, my wife came up with this concept. See, I put the pink in there for her because that's her favorite color.
Yeah.
But anyway, she came up with this concept. When she said bold words from a black woman, I said, that could be a cool section to add to the show. That's a really good idea. And she has a couple of books that she wants to talk to people about. What's the first one?
I do, but let me apologize first. Today is March 20th, but the whole month of March has been dedicated to Women's History Month, and I have not mentioned not one time about that. And everybody know my heart and they know my soul that I am for woman. Hear me roar, and for that, please forgive me. But we on track now.
More specifically, black women.
And everyone, I don't know if anybody knows, but Women's History Month is for the month of March 1st to March 31st. And it is a celebration of women. It's not a color, genre, it's not a who you loving thing. It's just women in general. But on my take, I would like to dedicate this to black women.
Okay.
Of my melanated thoughts.
Okay.
So with that being said, I have two books I would like to share with the audience, and I'm not going to confess that I have read these. I have perused them, but I thought that they would be two good books for all of us to pick up and read and to get an understanding of our history back then and now.
Okay.
The first one is Let It Shine, Stories of Black Women Freedom Fighters by Andrea Davis Penicky, illustrated by Stephen Alcorn. It dictates the lives of women led as part of any incredible stories about courage in the face of oppression, and the challenges and triumphs in the battles for civil rights, and the things they go through, the things they believe in, just to speak out about that for women. So I thought that was a very nice,
that's pretty good.
Very nice book to pick up and get a better understanding of what women, black women, have and still do endure.
Oh man, yeah, definitely.
And the second one is Women's Liberation and the African Freedom Struggle by Thomas Sankara. Now this book is about the same thing, but it's more of a revolutionary without the liberation of women, but it's giving you an understanding why there wasn't any liberation for women between 1983 and 1987, which I thought was kind of fascinating because I thought we were liberated by then. But some people still feel, even now, in some instances, we're still not totally liberated.
Oh no. Well, that's
equal pay, no.
Yeah.
Sexual assaulted on the regular.
Oh yeah.
Call bitches and hoes every day.
Oh yeah.
So it's a work in progress, but I think we have come a long way from where we used to be, like my great grandmother. But we can never stop trying to make it better.
And I'll be the first to admit, ladies and gentlemen, I'll confess, I sexually harass my wife all the time.
I'm trying to tell you, I need the Me Too movement to call me immediately because no. Not joking though, but yeah, it's we had, like I said, with my brother and sister-in-law and family yesterday, we had a conversation about that, how Everybody, like I said again, everybody know I am for the women. I wouldn't want to be a man. I love being a woman. But sometimes we put ourselves in situations.
Right. That's what we talked about.
And I'm not going to knock anybody. Everybody can, think outside the box or see things a different way. But some situations, it makes you say, I don't know, sister. I think you brought that on yourself. I'm not talking about the way she looks. I'm not talking about the way she dressed. I'm not talking about the things she's doing. I'm just saying some of the conversations we as women have had when it comes to expelling the character of a man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if he don't want me, I'm gonna make you want me, so I'm allowing you and say you did this to me.
Right.
No, so other than that, like I said, I love women. Please forgive me for not mentioning it, but going forward, this will be a new segment, and I will keep you updated on different books that I find.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Yes, sir. But pick those books up, ladies and gentlemen. Very good books. And of course, if you're here in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, these books are available at the Pan African Connection.
Oh yeah.
And that is located off of South Marsalis in Dallas, Texas. So please stop by there and pick the books up. It's a very nice place. We love.
We haven't been there in a while though. We gotta go back.
It's been a minute.
Definitely.
Yeah. And they are back open. They were closed down for a while due to COVID. And they had like limited, days of operation. But I think they're open full strong now. And they do still have the African Drum Circle and all that on Sunday. So stop here and show them some love.
Oh yeah, man. I'm telling you, if you're again, when I first moved here 11 years ago, man, I didn't know anything about the place.
Right.
But once I started going, man, I became a regular there. And I was always that's why I got most of my literature from there. I got most of my literature from there because I couldn't find it in places like Barnes and Noble.
Right.
So I went there.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many stores, I'm just going to say other bookstores, I'm not going to say any names, but they really don't support black authors, women authors.
Or black subject matter.
Exactly. Black history. They just have like the well-known ones, but like some of the hidden gems that you've mentioned on the podcast, you won't find them in a B&E or anywhere else,
Nope, exactly.
So yeah, check out Pan African Connection.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
She has some good stuff. Very good stuff.
Oh yeah. It's family owned and operated. Black home, man. That's what I love about it.
Absolutely.
All right.
So let's go into the current events.
Oh yeah.
This is going to piggyback off of your book that you just mentioned about the lynching.
Yeah.
A 19-year-old black teen was found hanging from a tree with his hands restrained 100 years ago.
Yeah, I heard about
But his
this
death certificate has just been changed from suicide to homicide.
after 100 years.
Let me repeat that. 100 years ago, March 16, 1922, Riverside Park in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Well, see, that's why when I put up that book, 100 Years of Lynching, that's actually mentioned in that book. That's how I knew about it. Yeah, they ruled it suicide. Now, how's somebody gonna kill themselves with their hands tied behind their back?
Right, that's a hell of a trick. He better than Houdini.
For real.
But it was so sad. His family said he was going to work, but he never came home.
Of course not.
Yeah. 100 years though?
Well, see, it's been 100 years, but even though the statute of limitations don't go out on murder, and we know this was murder in the first place, but the people that actually did this murder are probably dead and gone now.
Yeah,
So what's the point? What's the point?
The point of what? Correcting it or what?
What's the point of making it a homicide now? What's the point?
I guess it eases his legacy, because he do still have family,
Yeah, it's
that's
family
know
alive
about
and
the
everything,
story, and just to, I'm not going to say appease them, but maybe
give them some kind of closure. No.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. I mean, just to know, so people will know that they family member did not commit suicide.
Right. I mean, I get the part.
Yeah.
But, they knew that in the first place.
Yeah, they
Come
did,
on.
because they said they took his life and then they erased the memory of the event and replaced it with a lie.
Exactly.
And now they're trying to correct their lie with the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honor, I just think honor is honor in everything. Even though it took 100 years.
100 years.
I would still say, I think Would you consider this to be equal justice for him and the
No,
family? Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
Because, like,
It took
again,
100 years. That's a long time.
I mean, who can you arrest for that? You can't arrest the descendants of them because they didn't have anything to do with that. The people that actually did it, there's blood on their hands, but they're dead and gone now. Probably. I mean, if it's 100 years ago, I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
So, why talk about that now? I mean, why correct it now? It's a little bit too late, don't you think?
I truly do, but in a sense, like I said, I think 100 years is a long time for them to decide or come out, quote unquote, with the truth.
Right.
But to put the family mind at ease, I think I look at it as a great event that day. You know, it's a benefactor for the family.
Well, see, ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell everybody right now, that's the reason why I love this woman, because she tries to find a silver lining under every cloud. But, you know, and that's a good thing. But my whole deal is this right here. Why now? Why now? 100 years later, why now?
Yeah. I understand what you're saying.
I mean, people knew.
What you're saying.
I mean, the people that even changed, even flipped that from suicide to homicide, even though that was just flat out murder in the first place. So why even do it now? I just see the point. Personally, I just see the point. I don't see the point. I think it's too little, too late. Way too late. 100 years too late.
I get you.
So,
I get you.
all right, moving right along.
Moving on. I don't even know. It's so much. I'm just gonna, like last week, I'm just gonna run them down.
Okay.
Because someone's gonna make you think, and someone's gonna be like, "What?"
Yep.
Now this is one that kind of alludes to our topic of today, what I found fascinating. You sent me this one. Mason, Tennessee, has been asked to surrender its charter or face state takeover. Now let me give you a little synopsis about Mason, Tennessee. Tennessee is a
Mississippi, baby. Mississippi.
Is it Mason? No, it's Mason, Tennessee.
It's Mason, Mississippi. Is it Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mason, Tennessee.
I thought it was a sip.
71.9% are Black African American.
Right.
20% white. 3% are Hispanic. And 1.5% are Asian. So to me, I'm taking it personal, because to me, it's like they're trying to shut down the Black city.
Well,
And
let me give everybody a little back. I didn't mean to cut you off, babe.
go ahead.
Let me give everybody a little background about what's really going on over there in Mason, Tennessee. Okay. Again, like she said, Mason, Tennessee is 71% Black. At first, Mason, Tennessee was being ran by white people, but they were corrupt, so they got them out the paint. And for the past 5 to 6 years, Mason, Tennessee has been ran by Black officials.
It's about 1,200 people in the city. Yeah.
Right, it's about 1,200 people in the city. And so far, all the officials that they elected have been Black, and they've been running that city smooth. Now, with that said, Ford Motor Company is getting ready, was thinking about putting a plant out there.
Oh, wow.
That's going to add 27,000 jobs to that economy.
Wow.
Mason, Tennessee will start to boom if that ever comes to fruition.
Oh, they're not going to have that.
And that's exactly the reason why they wanted to relinquish their charter. That's exactly the reason why.
It's an awful way for me to think, but
that's exactly the reason why.
That's reality.
That's exactly the reason why.
That's reality.
That's exactly the reason why.
Wow.
So let's go ahead and hope those brothers up over there get that plant regardless and don't have to relinquish their town charter. But that happens a lot in Black towns. Once white people find value in that particular town, they want to take the town over. Now, the same thing happened in Tulsa.
I was just going to say, and this kind of related to the Tulsa incident.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Same thing happened in Tulsa. We'll get to Tulsa in just a second, later on in the show. But that's exactly what happened in Tulsa, because when they put them people over there in that area of Tulsa, the Black people over there in the area of Tulsa, they didn't think anything of it. There was nothing coming up. It wasn't that valuable land up there. Black people, in typical Black people fashion, took their town, flipped it, made buku dollars with it. And then white folks all, wait a minute. And everybody want to do business with them. People outside that particular district want to do business with them. All kinds of people. Even people on the international level was wanting to do business with them.
Right.
White folks couldn't have that. All they needed was that one little spark to tear that town down. That's exactly what happened. And that's what's going on here in Mason, Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's going on here in Mason,
sad.
Tennessee.
I mean, again, like I said last week, they keep telling us to pull ourselves up by bootstraps and get it together, and you guys can do it. Go to school, get your degrees,
Right.
become entrepreneur, and we go through that chain of command, and then you still just tell me, okay, shut down.
Exactly.
When you see us prospering just a little bit.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
That's not fair.
That's what happens. It's always happened with that. It's always happened like that.
It's not fair.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, and to piggyback off of what we spoke about last week, we had mentioned one of our local anchors who had done an excellent story on her rise in her revelation she had since she's been an anchor for one of our local news stations,
Right.
and how she is standing tall in her convictions about her natural hair.
Yeah.
So I'm proud to say that the House has passed a Crown Act banning discrimination against black hairstyles.
Hold on. I gotta get some hand claps for that one.
The Crown stands for creating a respectful and open world for natural hair. The Crown Act prohibits discriminations based on an individual's texture or style of hair.
Come on.
Yes.
They should have been doing it.
Yeah, it's long overdue.
It's long overdue. Because
Long overdue.
I told a story of how when I was in grade school, I used to have my hair braided all the time because my hair was so long at that time. And it was just easier for my family to deal with that hair as long as my hair was braided because it was kept up. All I had to do was get up, go to school, boom, it's a done deal. And a teacher, a black teacher, had a problem with it. I don't know why, but he had a problem with it. Now, let's speed up a little bit. If black women have a certain hairstyle, if it's exclusive to black women, there's a problem with that particular hairstyle. Case in point, cornrows. For the longest time, white women didn't wear cornrows until Bo Derek started wearing them.
And they trying to say she invented them.
And they're trying to say that she invented cornrows.
she
Cornrows have
did
been around for
not.
centuries. Cornrows have been around for centuries
Yes.
before any white person even thought about doing it. It was the same deal before that with the afro. White folks couldn't wear afros. Then they figured out how they could wear afros. Then all of a sudden, it was cool to wear an afro.
They invented it. No, you did not.
No, you didn't. Afro's been around. And it's the same deal with the dreadlocks. For the longest time, people had a problem. How many stories have we heard about students having to cut their dreadlocks just so they can compete in certain events? Because somebody had a problem with the dreadlocks.
Right. I saw an article the other day. This young man, they wouldn't even give him his diploma
Because of his dreadlocks.
because they wouldn't let him walk across the stage because of his dreadlocks. Yes, sir.
That's messed up.
So hopefully this magnificent,
Yes.
long overdue,
Long overdue.
will be the stepping stone
Yes.
to where we as black women and even black men can proudly wear our hair without the fear of any prejudice.
Exactly. And do whatever you need to do, whether you compete in a sporting event or just going for corporate job.
I know, like, for a long time, I wouldn't wear braids at all. I always wore long hair. And I wouldn't wear my hair up in a bun. I wouldn't wear my hair public. I always make sure my hair was neat when I went to work. Because I'm thinking, I worked in corporate America all my life, and I just thought that I would get rid of. Or they'll tell me, oh, you can wear that, And like, for a long time, I wouldn't wear it. 'Cause my nails grow naturally long anyway.
They do.
And I used to keep my nails short.
Yeah.
And I would only wear a French manicure. I would never wear color.
Yeah.
Because I thought as soon as I walk in the office, somebody gonna say something,
Right.
and I was gonna get sent to HR.
Yeah.
So I kept it. I wasn't conforming to the masses, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but I kept it where they wouldn't say nothing to me.
Oh, you kept it just at the borderline.
Just at the borderline. I mean, I still had my color in my hair now. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But I wouldn't braids. Oh no, I just started wearing braids maybe the last. I think my first set of braids was like in 2017.
Right.
2017. That was my first set of braids. And I've been on that job since 1999.
Wow.
99, yeah. So, kudos to us. We got something finally. Now, if we can just shout out to Uncle Biden, if he gonna get that reparation page, we'll be all right.
Oh, that ain't gonna happen.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
I don't think it's gonna
It's not a stepping stone.
Well, it's kind of a stepping stone. I'm not gonna
Could
lie.
be,
It's
could
kind of
be.
it could be it could be considered a stepping stone.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock that.
Right. But we'll see. All right, moving on.
Uh-huh.
Okay, quote unquote, we don't get our first shake. Representative Johnson called out Biden on unequal federal aid spending between black and white-owned companies.
Oh, you don't say.
I mean, I don't think this was anything to be called. It's been a given when you go in the store, they walk around and they barely, you can go to the stores here in one side of town and go to the same store in another side of town. It's a big difference.
Very big difference.
Very big difference.
I'll give y'all a prime example. Let's take Wally World, for instance.
We would, yes, speak on it.
Wally World, for instance.
Yeah.
Now, I'll admit it, y'all. In my apartment, and my wife can attest to this, it's in the hood. Is it not, babe?
Yeah.
It's in the hood. There's a Walmart in the hood. There's never anything stocked up in that particular Walmart in the hood.
Well, I don't say in the hood. It's like on the outskirts.
On the outskirts of the
On
hood.
the- yeah, it's
But
on the-
still,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
but still, it's close enough.
Yeah. Hey, that Walmart. It's not in the hood, but it's a hood Walmart.
It's a
Let's
hood
just say
Walmart.
that.
Yeah, let's just say
hood
that.
Walmart.
It's a hood Walmart.
Yeah.
Definitely a hood Walmart. When you go to Walmart and they got your drawers locked up.
They got everything. That Walmart, like deodorant, underwear,
Deodorant, drawers,
shampoo,
shampoo, toothpaste.
toothpaste.
I'm not making this
yeah.
up, y'all. But anyway, and we go to the Walmart over there by one of the data centers that I go to on a regular basis. That Walmart is so pristine. The floors are clean. Everything is all stocked up. No problems whatsoever.
And shout out to my sister-in-law. We were just having this conversation yesterday. Walmart over here don't have no biscuits.
Oh, come on.
Walmart over there,
They got biscuits.
every biscuit known to man.
You ain't lying.
So,
Even the cinnamon biscuits.
her and I kept thinking, well, did they stop making, cause for a while things started looking kind of sketchy because of COVID, you couldn't find anything.
Right.
So we thought they had just stopped with enough people working to make the biscuits.
Right.
So how can they have biscuits out there by the same brand that we like over here? We can't find them over here.
Good question.
Yeah, it's a conspiracy.
Oh, yeah.
So come on, Biden, listen to Brother Johnson, Representative Johnson, and let's get that first shake that we need.
Yep.
What they get, we should get.
I agree.
It should be equal across. If it's under the same president, the same company, or the same business,
Yeah.
whatever that business get, we should get as well.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
And so hopefully Biden will, because that's what he promised us when he was running for president. So hopefully he'll go ahead and make that a given that, okay, yeah, you're right. Everything due to be equal across the board.
Hey, babe, my friend Julian said, keep up the good work.
Thank you, Julian. We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying, bro. We're trying, bro. Where your boy at, Julian? Little dopamine Julian got.
Oh, okay. And here's another one, sad story. Quote unquote,
Yeah.
there were blunt force injury. Now, this one took a little offense to me because we call ourselves going on little date nights all the time.
All the time.
And so, a family of an Arkansas man whose movie date night ended tragically following violent arrest calls for release of video footage. The family of a man who died while being detained by police is calling for authorities to release video footage of the incident.
Yeah.
The authorities said Terrence Caffey went into medical distress while in custody and was taken to the hospital where he died. And they're trying to understand what's going on, but if they look at the footage, it doesn't relate to what the police has put in the report.
So in other words, somebody lied.
So they don't even want to relate. They don't even want to release the footage because they know what he reported is not matching up. So that's just like me and you. We call ourselves going to all the different black-owned businesses for date night for the last couple of times we've been out.
Yeah. For the last
And-
few times we went outside.
Right. And so just said we went out and had a good time and something happened and,
God forbid.
the police had to get involved and here I am coming home alone,
Because something happened to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That just makes some sense. They haven't said what he done. I didn't read anywhere what he said. They said they do believe that blunt force was the issue.
Of course.
Which made him go into cardiac arrest. So, I don't know. But here's another brother that's gone that's unexplainable and no footage has been released for the
Of course
family.
not.
Yeah. So again, that ties back to our story, to our topic. In an instance like this, what do we do? What do the family do?
To be honest with you, man, you can go to the Congress, you can go to your local officials and whatnot and try your best to get some kind of an answer, but I don't think you're going to get one. That's just being honest. Because I think they have another story that involves the New York City Mayor Eric Adams, correct?
Yes, and I'm a little perturbed him too, because I thought he was going. Yes, but let me finish saying this about your boy. Of course, your favorite guy, Ben Crump, is representing the family, and I like what he said. He said the road to justice starts with transparency. The video has to be released because once it's out, the court of public opinion won't let them sweep this under the rug. I love that. I love that.
Do you think they're going to release it? I doubt it.
They have no issue. They have no. I mean, once that family has said they need it, a warrant can be issued for it to be released. Correct?
Yeah, should be able to.
Yeah,
but it'll get lost.
Hopefully it won't be altered.
Yeah, it'll get lost, or they don't know. They won't be able to find it. Watch what I tell you. Something like that's going to happen. I can promise you that.
All right, but God rest his soul, and hopefully the family can get the justice that they need on his behalf.
Yep.
Just going to the movies and never made it home.
Wow, that's messed up.
It is.
That is messed up.
It is.
And we haven't been to movies in a while. When's the last time?
I've been trying to take you to see the new Batman, Robin, whatever it is.
Yeah, new Batman movie.
And things always come up, but yeah.
It's all right. We'll
in a minute.
Yeah, we'll go. We'll go. The movies ain't going anywhere. Trust me.
I'm trying to find this Eric story because I want to go ahead and piggyback off of that because it's relatable to what I just. Okay, here we go. Quote unquote. I don't believe those officers broke the law. New York Mayor Eric Adams defends cops who lied about details of drill rappers' arrest.
Right.
New York City Mayor Eric Adams is sticking beside the police department in the violent arrest of Bronx teenager, even though video evidence showed the officer involved lied about the details. So this kind of piggyback off the story we just said. Hopefully they will release it without any alterations to show what actually happened to Brother Terrence. And in this case, Eric is defending his officer, saying that what we see is not the truth. So,
I got his picture up right now with his coon ass. I called him a coon.
I thought he was gonna be a little.
No. He's a coon. He's a coon. He is a certified coon. Plain and simple.
And that one standing beside him, she's
Lori Lightfoot. She's coon too.
She's the mayor of what? Chicago. Chicago. Yeah.
Lori Lightfoot. Yeah.
Yeah, she be coming through, and I thought she was gonna be a soldier too, but she's kind of
looking like somebody's drunk uncle.
She's tap dancing.
Yeah, she is tap dancing. She's tap dancing. Yeah, both of them are. That's why they got them both. That's why I put them both up there, because they're both coons. They're both cooning it out. And this is what I'm talking about right here. That's why. Let me go back to that book. Where is it? Where are you? Go back to that book. Where are you? Addicted to White. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about right there. These two people right here are addicted to white. This is what I mean right here. That's why books like this are being written, because of people like them.
Well, let me give a little breakdown. The officer name is Garibaldi. He said that Garibaldi. He said the 16-year-old hands was in his pocket when they approached him, and he ignored the command to remove them. A confrontation ensued and a scuffle where the rapper, his name is Cameron C. Blue Williams, and an officer were injured. They said that while Williams had his hands in his pocket, the illegal gun went off and accidentally shot him and the officer. But if you look at the videotape, it's saying that is not true. The young man had his hands up the whole time, and he was going by their commands, and that when they started searching him, that's when the gun went off. Yeah.
So somebody lying.
That's two different accounts.
So somebody lying.
Yeah, somebody is not telling the truth.
I wonder who. I think it's the cops, because there you go.
Because if you got video, you think I'm gonna believe the video? I'm gonna go believe the words coming out that man's mouth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about right there. That's what I'm talking about right there.
But then, even after the video shows what happened, Brother Adams said, I don't believe the officers broke the law. What part did they not break? They wrote a false statement. They shot this young man because they was probably forcefully searching him. and didn't know that he had a pocket, and by them forcefully searching him, the guns go off. The gun go off. So I don't know what more did he need to see before he believed it. So, you know.
Well, when you're a coon, that's exactly what he is. He's a coon. When you're a coon, you're gonna believe anything white folks tell you.
Right.
And with a name like Garibaldi, that means he's Italian, which means he's white. So now you're gonna believe a white man over the black suspect, no matter what, because your white paymasters have told you to believe whatever the hell those officers tell you to believe, and that's exactly what's going on here. He's cooning out. I ain't never liked that fool, man. Eric Adams, I've never liked him ever, because he's a Trump supporter. A lot of people don't know that. He's a Trump supporter.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
No, I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, he's a Trump supporter.
Wow. Well, I do admit that the Bronx Supreme Court Justice Nati Samaj, she said that Williams had his hands up and cooperated with the police. She said the video shows the gun went off as the officer grabbed the teenager's side, but kept his hands up the entire time.
So he didn't shoot nobody.
So he did not shoot anybody.
So the officer was negligent, and he wanted to save face, and so he said the suspect shot him.
Right. So she came back and said, there is unbelievable that Brother Adams, I'm calling Brother Adams, that Mr. Adams would believe his officers. There was absolutely zero reasons for any of those officers to approach this individual. They approached him, they detained him, they searched him, and no officer even bothered to come up with a halfway legitimate reason for any of that. Wow.
Well, there you go.
But he's gonna stand. I mean, I know you are the police, over the police department. You're the mayor. I'm sure you don't talk to the sergeant, whoever it is, over the police department. But by you being the mayor, do you save face for your officers? Even though the climate about them right now is so negative?
Yeah, man, it's volatile at best.
Right. But how can you go against video footage, though?
It's the I'm white and I say so rule.
I'll take the video footage for 500 hours.
Hey, that's any logical human being.
Yeah.
That's illogical. See, baby, but you're not a coon, though.
I try not to be. I really do.
He's a coon, man. So, if you ain't coon, then guess what?
Too many lies to remember.
Exactly.
My feet don't fit in tap shoes anyway, so it's just why even go there? If you look at a video, you be like, man, look at her. Okay, my officer's wrong. Just step up to the plate and say it.
If he's wrong, he's wrong.
Just say it.
Plain and simple.
I know you're tired of the officer getting a bad rep, but hey, this is what they're doing in the streets against people. You're going to have to step up and admit that you probably need to do some more training for your officers. And this is a perfect example right here.
Right.
So, moving on.
Moving right along.
Let's see where I want to go to now. So many different stories.
There's a lot of them, man.
This is a nice story. Let me go ahead and say this one. Many Black Americans believe more needs to be done to achieve racial equality in policing.
Oh, really?
But are pessimistic about progress in coming years. That's pretty much what we just talked about, Brother Adams.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you have people like Eric Adams in power, and what's the other black sheriff name? Sheriff Clark with the hat. He's another one. I couldn't find this picture, but I could have found it. I just didn't look for it. But anyway, with Sheriff Clark, when you got people like Eric Adams and Sheriff Clark that are at the helm, and they back up anything that a cop does, there's a problem. That's a really big problem. So,
what's the problem is, we as Black Americans think we do need more police reform, but we are so unconfident or not confident that it's going to happen.
Exactly my
that's
point.
Sad.
And that's what I was getting at, because of the fact that we got people like Eric Adams in power.
But who put him in power?
White people.
Well, yeah.
So
somebody had to vote him in.
Yeah. So, and they knew that they was going to if they put a coon up in there, because if they put somebody like me up in there, hey, it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But when you put a coon up in that piece, all of a sudden, people are going to be, wait a minute, this dude right here, he's going to do what we tell him to do.
Yeah. But is he doing that to keep a job? Or is he doing that because he's
doing what he's told to do?
He's told to do?
He's doing what he's told to do. His white paymasters are telling him to, I'm gonna go ahead and say, get these niggas in line, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, I must admit, we as Black Americans, we are waking up to the fact that
Yes.
there's a lot of corruption in the
A
system.
whole lot of corruption, because we already know that law enforcement has been infiltrated by white supremacy. We know that for a fact. That's a known.
January 6th.
Come on, say it again.
January 6th, 2021.
Yep.
Yeah. No, yeah. But, I just hope that he will go back and revisit. I know I'm going back to the previous, but I hope he will go back and revisit the tape to say, hey, this is not right, which will make us as Black America feel a little bit more safe and confident that our police are doing everything they can to achieve equality in the racial policing against Black, brown, his whoever.
Right.
That we just get a fresh shake across the board.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
We
Now
shall
this one
see.
right here is now here we have that segment called WTF. This is a WTF moment.
I ain't got it up here. I ain't got a cue. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get a cue, baby. Come on. Where we at? Open. There we go. Okay, go ahead, baby.
All right. Quote unquote, they raised their son to be like this. White teen arrested, charged with hate crime for pelting Black student with cotton balls and whipping him with belt in school cafeteria.
WTF.
A white student from a Louisiana high school has been arrested after video of a racial attack on a Black student went viral. The 15-year-old was charged with simple. I don't know. It's still unfathomable to think though that children in 2022 is acting like a slave master in a Catholic school.
That's messed up. Okay, now it's back online. Go figure. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's something to ponder. And I've always, if anybody knows anything about me, anybody knows or has known me for any length of time, they know that I'm very Afrocentric in my views. Always have been. And my wife can tell you, I get it from my stepdaddy. So
Yes, sir.
I attribute it.
Which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all,
At
'cause
all.
he told me a long damn time ago, you be Black, be proud of it, and don't let nobody tell you different.
Absolutely.
And I took that to heart. I taught my stepchildren that. Be Black, be proud of it, and don't let nobody tell you different. So I taught my grandsons the very same thing. Be Black, be proud of it, don't let nobody tell you different. So there's 3 generations of people that are proud of who they are and what they are. All right? So I would never ever tell anybody in my family to hate someone just because of the color of their skin, and to disrespect someone just because they're different. Because in their eyes, you're different as well. But you want somebody making fun of you just because you're a little bit different than them? No, that's not fair. Now, I say it to say this. That young man that was throwing cotton and whooping somebody for whatever reason, whether it was a joke, but you don't play with me like that. That's a good way to get hurt, really bad. So,
I'm trying to read the article to see had they spoke to this young man's parents, not the white kid, but the Black kid. 'Cause I'm just real curious about how this is gonna play out.
Good question.
I know if that was my child, it might be some slow singing and some flower bringing.
Say it again.
I ain't gonna put my hands on nobody, but somebody will have to show me some kind of resolve.
Exactly.
Some way. I don't care financially.
Somebody gonna say
Something.
Somebody gonna give me something.
Something. Because that's unacceptable.
I agree.
First of all, don't you pay to go to Catholic school?
Yeah.
So I'm sending my money and my child to school to be just disrespected and treated like a slave, more or less, for lack of a better word.
Pretty much.
In 2022.
Pretty much.
Okay. I need to speak to the president of this school, please. What they call the headmaster, whatever they call it. Somebody had to give me some answers, and I need them ASAP.
There you go.
Moving on.
What else you got, baby? That it?
A white woman caught stealing BLM yard sign in North Carolina, then waves to the camera. It was really unnerving. A white North Carolina woman is the subject of a criminal investigation after stealing a Black Lives Matter sign out of another person's front yard. The lady was caught on the victim's Ring camera, located near the property's front door, and when she noticed the camera, she begins to wave at the camera.
WTF?
And what's so bad? The lady who lived in the house, she was at home, and she saw the lady. She saw the lady doing it. She saw the lady committing the crime, and she said, "I was surprised and unsettled at the same time, and I'm just lost for words."
See, for those of you who don't know, me and my wife are looking for a house. This is the reason why I said I want a pit bull.
I'm gonna have to think about it, because she might change and attack me.
No. Trust me, that dog would protect you. I mean, look at the sister in Winston. Do you honestly think Winston will let somebody do something to your sister?
Honestly, no.
Exactly.
No, I don't think so.
And that's where I'm getting at right there. That's what I'm getting at right
But you
there.
know how bold you have to be to walk
go in
into
somebody
somebody's
else's yard,
pull up their sign, notice the camera, and starts to wave at the camera.
She
That
got
mean all your fingers, your face, your hair color, your frown, your eye, everything's on camera.
she got more nerve than a toothache.
I like that. Yeah. And then when she noticed the lady was home, she walks back to her car and then started making some nasty remarks to the lady.
Of course she did.
Because I had something in my yard. You gonna cuss at me because I had something in my yard?
Talking about the Black Lives Matter. Okay.
Bold.
Right, okay.
These people, they getting out of hand.
Damn, boy.
You know, to speak about race or to figure out why someone put a Black Lives Matter in their sign, a
Right.
Black Lives Matter sign in their yard,
Right,
shouldn't be offensive to anybody.
No, it should be.
So if you put a, for lack of a better word, Trump sign in your yard,
Would it be okay for me to come up there and take it up?
right. So it's like, wow, people just, race and racial in this country is getting out of hand. It's becoming so provocative that you don't even know what's
Man.
good, what's evil, no, I don't know.
It's getting out of hand, man. People, I don't know. I'm at a loss of words on this one too. I mean, how you gonna come up in somebody else's yard and pull up a sign just because you felt it was unnerving? That don't make any sense, man.
It's ridiculous. And this has happened, I've heard this happen many, many times before. Like, not with the sign, but I've heard like, they call them Karens and
That's
or
exactly what she
Kens.
was. Karen. She was a Karen.
And they walk up to people like when they have on Black Lives Matter shirts or a Black Lives Matter hat or something with racial undertone. Why you even speak to me about what I have? First of all, I purchased this with my own money.
Hello.
So why what I have on should even affect you? Close your eyes if you don't want to see
If you don't
it.
want to see it, close your eyes and look away.
Exactly. So it's like the boldness. That's what's getting me. The boldness. It's like, wow.
Well, you know what kind of shirts I wear.
That's why I always say they don't say nothing to you at work when you come in there with that on. Oh yeah.
My shirts, for those of you who don't know, man, my shirts are very, very, very pro-black. They are so pro-black, you know. It's
Just not the shirt, the hoodies,
the hoodies, everything.
the jackets.
Man.
All
Come on,
that.
yeah, I'm very pro-black.
Backpack.
I ain't got a backpack yet, but I'm working on it.
I know it's coming. It is coming.
It's definitely coming. But anyway, I'm very pro-black in my views. You know, like I keep saying, anybody that knows me and has known me for any length of time will tell you I'm very pro-black. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean I'm anti-white? No, doesn't mean that at all. I'm anti-white supremacy. And if you're a white supremacist, then guess what? I'm talking about you. But nah, man, you know, I wish somebody would come up to me and ask me about my shirt and why am I wearing it. Because I would damn sure tell them.
Absolutely.
I would be nasty with it. I would just tell them.
I mean, that's a crime. That's a crime.
That's trespassing. You came up on somebody's
Exactly.
property without their
No,
permission.
I'm
That's
not asking me
trespassing.
what I have on. That's a crime for you to ask me what I have on.
That's a personal crime. Yeah. That's
I
a good.
mean,
Yeah.
first of all, it's coming off as hate. I feel unsafe. You're in my space.
In my personal
Step
space.
back.
Exactly.
You know, it is too much.
Yeah.
It's beginning to be too much.
It's getting to that point.
And it's happening all the time. So I'm
Oh, yeah.
thinking somebody's coming relaxed with doing this. Somebody need to be made an example out of. I think it will slow down a lot.
I agree with you on that.
A whole lot.
I agree with you on that. I think, yeah, I agree with you on that. But I don't really see it happening anytime soon because we're talking about white people here. You know, and you see what's going on with them. They hardly ever get brought to justice when it
That's
comes
what
to
I'm
things
saying.
like
Somebody
this.
be made an example out of.
Because technically, that sister could have called cops and said she was trespassing on my private property, right?
And then
and
come
have her
find
ass
out
arrested.
the lady was her neighbor.
Yeah, I know it. That's
Her
how.
neighbor, either across the street or next door.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter who she was.
So here I am thinking, you know, we wave at each other. Hey, how you doing? And the whole time you have some kind of hatred toward me.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't want me to put a sign in my yard. Wow.
And again, it's like you said, if she would put a Trump sign up in her yard, would it be okay for the sister girl to go in and pull that Trump sign up
Right.
because it was unnerving to her?
Right, exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. Wow. All right, moving on. Now, this one could be a feel-good story, a quote unquote. This isn't going to be no George Floyd. North Carolina to consider criminal charges against deputy caught on video knee on man's neck. The State Bureau of Investigation has launched an investigation to a North Carolina deputy caught on video with his knee on a black man's neck before dragging him into a building. Wow. Now see, let's go back to the to the Adams case.
Well,
If
see,
they
Eric
looking at-
Adams would have said, nah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So here it is on video. This man said, okay, no, this not going to be
No,
George
that's
Floyd.
Eric Adams would have said, nah, that didn't happen. That's not what he was doing. Well, Eric, what was he doing, bro? Let me know, because I'm looking at something completely different.
Wow. Well, the officer was fired, and a week later, the video footage shows him landing a kick with his knee into
God.
Gary Thomas' neck.
Damn.
And you know why he was doing all this to him? Because he was in possession of marijuana. Mary Jane.
WTF.
Over some weed.
Oh, some
Not
ganja.
cocaine. Not Xanax.
They good. What they
Not
call it,
heroin.
Kush.
But some weed.
Weed.
So just give him a citation for possession of illegal substance.
Just what we was talking about yesterday at lunch yesterday. When are the laws going to be the same across the board? When are you going to show
I've
empathy
always
for
said
such
this.
situations?
Now, you know for a fact, I've always said this. There's two sets of laws. The laws they have for us and the laws they have for them. The laws they have for us, they enforce them to the letter. The laws they have for them, case in point, Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 people. Where is he at?
At home, chilling, talking about, I want my gun back. I think
Exactly.
I need my gun back. What do you need
Exactly.
your gun back for, cuz?
Exactly my
If
point.
you don't sit down somewhere and go there and read a book,
Exactly my point. And this brother got knees in his neck and every damn thing else. Oh, here's another question. Where's George Floyd?
6 feet under.
Did he commit a crime?
No. Well, in this case, the girlfriend was the one who recorded it. That was, I mean, that's probably was hard to see. And she said that not everybody can see how it goes down here. She said they dragged him all the way back to the door and still dragged him, and his head hit the building. And then he was knocked out for a minute. And I was like, y'all need to call the ambulance. They didn't even call the ambulance. Wow.
That's messed up.
This reminds me of the guy, was it Castile, that had his girlfriend in
Philando
the car
Castile.
and his baby in the backseat.
Yeah, and
You don't know what this going to do to her.
they blew him away in front of his child. In front of his child.
Well, I must admit, kudos to this gentleman. He's taken the necessary
Oh, yeah.
steps to make sure that
Well, let's see if he gets
get fully to
prosecuted.
y'all said they need to be fully to the fullest of the law.
Yeah, let's see if he gets prosecuted. I mean, this is just a minor step. I mean, him losing his
Right.
job is just a minor step. He'll get another job someplace. I promise you he will.
I hope not. I hope
Oh, he
this will be
will.
the start of, okay, you in this kind of thing, you're doing this kind of, in this mannerism, you don't need to be in this field, you're fired, don't even try to apply for another position in this field.
Oh, he will. You already know he will.
Because your empathy and your sympathy
He
is
has
not
none.
good for
He
this
has none.
position.
He has none.
Yeah.
If he's doing all that. So, there's that.
Well, let's sum it up with this story.
Okay.
Which kind of tickled me a little bit. But some people do change.
Okay.
A former KKK leader who was in prison for beating black man qualifies for office in Georgia.
WTF.
I mean, it's like Georgia's got a lot going on down there. A former Ku Klux Klan leader has qualified to run for the office in North Georgia. Chester Doles once held the title of Grand Clef of the Invisible Emperor, Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, and now he wants to be a Lumpkin County Commissioner.
Well, here's the thing.
Ooh, wait.
Here's the thing. Does the name David Duke sound familiar to you? Does it? David Duke.
Kind of look like him too.
David Duke, who was a former Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, was governor of Louisiana. So
He's pretty much doing the same thing.
yeah,
But listen to his history though. Most of his leadership experience is in what is called white activism. He was a member of the Nazi political organization, National Alliance, and Hammerskins, a racist skinhead gang. Dole also served time in prison for beating a black man. Do your record, I mean, they look at our record, we can't get jobs, we can't get homes, we can't do anything. But they look at this man record, he finna hold a political office.
if you steal a pencil in high school, they will pinpoint that and say, "Oh, wait a minute, you committed some shoplifting. You stole a pencil in high school. Oh, you didn't return that library book you were supposed to. You checked it out too many damn times. You should have turned that book in." But this dude was literally a domestic terrorist, because that's exactly what he is. And
But
he can hold a federal office? Come on, man.
But listen to his rebuttal though. Here
we go. White splaining.
His explanation.
He white
He
splaining.
said he is reformed and has repented for his past racial transgressions with the help of another Republican and black preacher, Derek Grayson. I don't know
Oh,
who Derek
hell, I know who
Grayson
Derek
is.
Grayson is. He's a coon anyway.
He told CBS 46 if the late civil rights activist Hosea Williams and U.S. Representative John Lewis could run for office, so could I.
Wait a minute. Those guys weren't domestic terrorists,
Well,
though.
he said Hosea Williams he was a city councilman. He was arrested 168 times.
For?
John Lewis was arrested 68 times.
But what were they arrested for?
I think it was civil rights.
That's exactly what they were
movement.
arrested for.
They weren't killing nobody. They weren't putting no.
They were
Ku Klux
arrested.
Klan.
They were arrested for marching.
Right, exactly. But he's trying to relate what he did.
No, there is no relation.
Well, Ku Klux Klan think they Ku Klux Klan people think they're just like the civil rights movement.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're a terrorist movement. When was the last time? Let's just be honest here. When was the last time you heard about the Nation of Islam burning a cross in somebody's yard? You haven't.
No, not at all.
When was the last time you heard about the Black Liberation Army stringing somebody up by their neck? When was the last time you heard about the Black Panther cutting somebody's balls off and sticking them in their mouth after they kill them? You haven't. The KKK has done that. The neo-Nazi party there was an incident in Oklahoma City a while back where the neo-Nazi party took a black homosexual man, tied him to a truck and drug him by his neck for 6 miles. You heard about that, right? Yeah. And they were members of the neo-Nazi party. You ain't never heard of no black organization, even the Hebrew Israelites. When was the last time you heard about the Hebrew Israelites harassing anybody? You haven't. So how can he equate the two? He can't.
some of the things he said, it's not even making his case for him, because here's the part where he said that, even though he spent time killing a black man
Right.
in 2016 and 2003, in 2016 he got arrested for a brawl in a bar. He had a fight in a bar. He got probation for that. And now he's saying he has come out, he has reformed, he has renounced racism. He now runs a new organization called Patriots USA. It has a political agenda that echoes the current talking points of some Republicans. He also opposes critical race theory and the Black Lives Matter movement. So does that make it better? For who? We oppose it too in some sense, you know what I'm saying? Because I thought BLM was, till they start doing some crazy something. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, the BLM movement. I mean, I support the movement.
People,
the
people,
organization,
yeah, the
I don't
people.
support. I
Right.
support the movement, but
Right.
not the organization.
Right.
Okay, because the movement was on point before those people that started making it an organization. That's where I have a problem with. Okay, because a movement doesn't need an organization. It's a movement. The movement is the leader. The movement is the movement itself is the organization.
Right.
But you don't need to anyway. Yeah, you know where I'm getting at.
I understand what you're saying.
So as far as him opposing critical race theory, the way most racist white people do, because they don't want to feel guilty about what happened when it came to slavery. Well, it happened. So he's not making this case very well.
Not at all. So saying stuff like that, that's not gonna be like, oh, okay, by him saying it, okay, yes, he got my vote. No.
No. That's not how this works.
No.
That's not how this works.
Well, he on March 8th he did qualify to become a commissioner candidacy, and the primary election will be on May
He'll
24th.
get elected. He'll get elected. I promise you he will. He will get elected. I promise you he will.
All right, but that is all I have for current events.
That was enough.
There were some good ones. It was some.
It was some good
We had
ones.
a couple of ones, kudos,
baby,
and
it
then
was
we
some
had
good
some
ones.
whole lot of WTFs.
No, it was some good ones, baby. I'm telling you that right now. It was some good
But to
ones.
wrap up, to kind of piggyback, I'm gonna go ahead and assist from what we said last week. I always pray for Ukraine, and I also learned pray for Ethiopia, pray for Australia. It's just not a war in Ukraine. It's wars all around this world. So just keep everybody lifted up, and just hope all this senseless killing and wars and bullying will just cease immediately.
Well, the war in Ethiopia, again, like I told you yesterday when we were eating, has been going on since the late 50s, early 60s.
That's a long time.
It's been going off and on, off and on, off
That
and
is
on,
a
off
very
and on.
long time.
So now it's back on again. And the war in Australia has pretty much the same way. It's been going off and on. What they're trying to do in Australia is wipe out the people that were already there, kind of like how they did the Native American people here. That's pretty much what they're trying to do
That's
there.
sad.
And that's sad.
I know we did mention this, but I'm gonna go ahead and mention it. I think we need to say something that Justice Smollett has been released from jail. He is back at his beautiful home in Chicago. So when he told y'all he was a black Tupac, who else got out of jail when they had been already convicted? Tupac.
Juicy Smollett, I want to get sued.
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett is the only person I can think of that goes to jail for kicking his own ass.
Kicking his own ass. That's what I said. Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 people. Killer Kyle, he better known as.
There you go.
2 of them died.
Yeah,
This baby could be home. He probably at home right now playing PlayStation.
that's exactly what he's doing.
And Jesse is walking out the court saying, I am not suicidal. I am not suicidal.
Well, let me just say this real quick.
That is sad.
I got something to say about Jesse's brother. Because he was saying that the black community wouldn't stand behind
That's
Jesse.
what I want to bring up next. They said that we're not standing up because we're homophobic.
No, homophobia don't have anything to do
That's
with
what he
it.
said.
Jesse lied.
Let me see if I can read it either. Go ahead.
Homophobia doesn't have anything to do with it. Jesse lied.
Maybe they don't tell you. They said it's so true to their conviction. Maybe they don't think he lied.
He lied. I mean, but I can honestly tell you, man, he's riding that lie. He is riding that lie like he ride a dick, but he riding that lie.
Oh, no. No, sir.
Oh, did I say it out loud? I'm sorry.
Yes, you did.
I'm sorry, but anyway.
Oh, my God.
But I'm sorry. But anyway, he hold on to that lie. But Jesse lied. I mean, we know he lied. So that's why black people ain't really rocking with him. It don't have anything to do with your sexuality. If you were actually telling the truth about what happened, black people would ride with you with no problem. But you lied, Jussie. That's why ain't nobody rocking with you.
Right.
That's the reason why. It doesn't have anything to do with your sexuality. We could care less about that.
Right. I don't know. I thought I had put down what his brother had said. Okay, here it is. Jussie Smollett's brother says the black community failed Jussie because it's innately homophobic. So.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. It's because your brother lied.
Yeah.
Because the people that were in on it with him were singing like the Temptations. So, hey, you know.
But, so just to reiterate, Jussie is not in jail anymore. He has been released to, until the appeal is issued.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
he's not in jail anymore. So,
All right, then.
I guess he, like I said, the only person I know who got out of they been convicted was Tupac. So,
Hey.
maybe he's right. He's the gay Tupac.
No, he's not the gay Tupac because Tupac had...
Which I think is insulting.
I agree with you on that. That's 100% insulting. That's insulting to Tupac's legacy. All right, let's get on with the subject.
And to the subject at hand, we got.
Part
Two.
Yes, indeed. Well, now, we came up with this subject actually yesterday. No. And on the splash screen, let's just go ahead and put that back up there. The splash screen is a picture of some of the business owners in Tulsa before the riot happened. So it's going to pop in a second. But, and that's the reason why I did that splash screen, because with that right there, that's a beautiful picture. I love it. I love it. All those black business owners, bankers, lawyers, doctors, teachers, business owners, all those guys and girls, women, men and women, you know, doing their thing. They did it, and it was self-sufficient, 100%. 100% self-sufficient. Another picture's getting ready to pop up.
Wow.
This is what happened after the fact, and this is sad. The devastation. Where buildings used to be, you see nothing but rubble. It'll pop up in a second because it's a bit of a delay, but you'll see it. And with that said, they were trying to rebuild it, and they did rebuild it, but it didn't have the same glory it had. Dang, it sure takes a long time to change, ain't it? There it goes. Anyway, look at that. All that destruction.
And this is the first. This was the first time that any bombs on American soil.
The only time.
Wow.
Bombs are dropped.
By your own government.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. They took planes and bombed and turned Tulsa, the Greenwood, Archer, and Pine into this right here.
And you said they cleaned it up, but how many stayed and rebuild?
Not very many.
I wouldn't have either.
Not very many.
I would not have either.
Now,
They probably feared a retaliation.
I agree. Now, there was another Black Wall Street in Durham, North Carolina. That picture.
And Florida.
Oh, yeah. Let me get to that one in a minute. This one right here is another picture of black business owners, black teachers, black doctors, black lawyers, black dentists, black nurses, the whole nine. Okay? It's great. It'll pop up in a minute because there's a bit of a delay. I don't know why it takes so long to pop up over here. But same thing happened, except without the bombs. They decimated that particular Black Wall Street. Look at all that blackness. Ain't that beautiful?
Majority women, I love it.
Yeah, ain't that beautiful? Yeah, ain't that beautiful?
And her fried died and laid to the side.
You already know.
Why did we dress like that back then? It looks so good. Now y'all dress like some.
we'll talk about it on another show.
I'm sorry, I just had to let that
Yes,
out.
that's another show.
That just looks so. I mean, now if you put up some pictures from now, compared to that,
way different, ain't it? Well, again, that's another show for another subject for another show. We'll talk about that later. But look at all that blackness, though, man. Ain't that is beautiful? Black men and black women doing their thing.
Yeah.
Self-sufficient. They need nobody's help.
No.
They destroyed that too. Now, I didn't really have a picture. I couldn't find one for Rosewood that had a picture kind of like this one. The only thing I could see was destruction after the fact. And it's going to pop up in just a second. They tore Rosewood up because some white woman said somebody black raped her.
So they took the whole town because of one person?
They tore Rosewood. They tore all those black businesses. All those black businesses. There was a movie about it, actually.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that's one movie I did see.
Yeah, that was a movie about that. Yeah, that was definitely a movie about that. But that whole Rosewood thing, man, it's the same deal with the Tulsa riot. The Tulsa riot, you know, some white again, another white woman accused somebody of trying to rape her, and all of a sudden, that's all the spark they needed to go tear it up. Because they were jealous because those black people had so much and the white folks didn't have jack shit. It was all about jealousy. It's all about jealousy. They just tore it up because they were doing good things over there. Same deal with Rosewood. That was all the reason they needed.
But see, here's my plight about the whole situation. Jealousy. That's a twofold word. Because it's like, if you're telling us to go and get certified, get our degrees, and work hard, pull ourselves by our bootstraps, save money, become entrepreneurs, we do all that, and it ends in a result like that?
Right.
How?
Well, so here's the thing.
How's it even justified?
It's not justified. I mean, so, but here's the thing, though. The reason why they do stuff like that, they want to have, it's like I was telling my brother-in-law yesterday. They need to have, white supremacy needs to have someone to look down upon. That's what it's all about. They need to have someone to look down upon. And Marvin has said on this show on several occasions, man, white people need racists.
Absolutely.
They need it.
He has.
And he's absolutely right. I agree with him 100%. They need racism so they can function every day.
So you mean your mind, your brain, and your character, and your everything is that petty, is that minute, that you will have the result to be angry, be jealous of another race, more or less,
just because,
to justify your means in its life?
Yep.
I don't say too much about you or your legacy.
Exactly.
I pride myself on that. Envy is another word for me. Cause envy to me just makes you want to go out and work harder so you can obtain those things.
Right.
But jealousy, I'm not jealous of.
Right.
No.
Yeah. That's one thing I've never been. I've never been a jealous person ever. I mean, you know, I look at it like this. This person got it. I can get it too.
And
I just gotta
make this work harder.
I just gotta get it. Plain and simple. I've never been jealous of anyone.
Cause I tell everybody, you got the whole. I'll be your biggest cheerleader. I will never be jealous of you.
Right, exactly.
You know, cause there's no rhyme or reason to be jealous of anyone.
What's the point? I mean, you can get two. All you gotta do is just do what you gotta do to get it.
I've seen jealousy kill some relationship, kill some people, destroy some families.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So no, jealousy is not even in my repertoire.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I agree
Not
with
at
you.
all.
I agree with you.
So there's no reason for it. That should get you motivated to get up and get out and get something. Who's that song? Who made that song?
Outkast. Need to get out and get something.
Exactly. Don't let the days of
Let
your
life
life pass you
by.
by.
There you go.
Exactly. So why be jealous of anybody?
Well, it's like
That's
it's like I said, they need somebody to look down upon. See, because as far as they're concerned, I agree. That's just how they are. That's just how they operate. That's how they think. Because let's just be honest, we're smarter than they are.
I was just gonna say that every time you try to look down upon us, we're just like that. What is it? That rise? What's that bird? The phoenix. Just like that phoenix.
Rise from the ashes. And that's exactly what we did in Tulsa. We rose from the ashes.
That's crazy.
We rose from the ashes, and we could do it again. See, but like right now, as of right now, black people need to get on code so we can be self-sufficient. So that way, we won't have to worry about being integrated within white supremacist society, because they're not going to give us a fair shake no matter what. We got to give ourselves a fair shake.
But you mentioned that last week as well. Get on code. How do we do? Here's pictures that back then they tried.
They were on code. They were on code.
Yeah.
They're 100%
look
on
at the,
code.
Look at the end result. Look at your screen, people. That's the end results of trying to get on code.
Yeah.
So what do we do now? Do we go to? Do we risk the same thing as they did and end up like that?
If it's worth it, yeah.
Is it worth it though?
I think it is.
And would you retry after that again?
I would.
You just keep retrying. They bomb you, shut you down,
Keep on
close
doing.
it.
Keep on
You'll
doing.
keep doing it.
Somebody gonna give up. It ain't gonna be me. Somebody gonna give up. You're gonna get sick, because eventually doing all that damn bombing and stuff like that is gonna hit your pocketbook. Okay?
Well, it'll hit yours too, trying to rebuild.
Oh yeah, it hit mine too, but still, I can get mine back.
Especially if it's attainable.
Yeah.
And if it's something somebody wants.
Yeah, I can get mine back. So
Twofold.
exactly my
Right.
point. I'll get mine back. Are you gonna be able to get yours back? No, you keep on trying to tear up my stuff. And that's gonna cost you.
But you know what? How that feels to have to look down on somebody to make yourself feel important, or to make yourself look good, or just a function.
Yeah.
You know how pathetic that feels?
It's very pathetic. It's sad, man. It is sad on so many levels that you have to resort to being, let's just say, petty, because that's pretty much what it is.
That's a big petty.
You have to resort to being that petty to the point to where you have to look down upon someone just so you can make yourself feel better.
It's not even like a common person. This is a whole race.
Right.
You look down upon a whole race
Just because.
because you don't have no rhyme or reason why.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to figure out how this person is successful. I
And
done
you're
beat him down by the
Right.
brow, and he's still
comes up.
trucking along.
There you go.
Why? Just ask me, and I'll tell you.
Hey,
You ain't gotta talk about me.
the game is out there. All you gotta do is
Just
play it.
ask me.
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there for everybody to make. It's out there for everybody to do. It's out there for everybody to do. Just gotta do it, man. That's how they operate, babe. That's how they operate, plain and simple. You've been through it. I know you have.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's what
Exactly.
I said. Younger me would try to prove everything that I had to prove, but now it just rolls off my back like what off a duck bag. I'd be like, oh, because I got the credentials. I don't have to prove myself. Just look at my resume.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my lineage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
So don't think because my color that you're gonna think you're better than me because of my color compared to your color,
Right.
or my ethnicity compared to your ethnicity.
Right.
But my mom used to say, "I can run a circle around you tenfold, blindfold."
Come on now.
Come on now. So no, I don't get that. I don't get that jealousy. I don't get that trying to be dominant over someone. I don't get that. I don't like that. That's why people ask me, so when you get married, are you going to be... I said, no, we're going to be... It's not a 50-50 nothing. It's 100-100.
Yo.
And we're going to try to make it 200 together.
Come on now.
I'm not going to
Say
be
that.
behind him.
Say that.
He's not going to be in front of him. We're going to
Right
be
by my
standing side by
there
side.
you go. Exactly.
So
That's
if
what I
we
tell
come together
folks.
as a race, instead of trying to
we
look at
can
each
do
other
that.
as different, we're not different. We just have different pigment. That's about it.
I tell people all the time. I tell people this all the time. Malcolm X said this on several occasions. When it comes to black people, he had always said that, when it comes to us black people, we let our little petty differences split us apart, and we shouldn't do that.
We amongst our
Ourselves.
own. Yeah, that's
Right.
what's sad.
Amongst ourselves, and we shouldn't do
That's
that.
sad.
If this person right over here is an atheist and the other person is a Christian, okay, so what? We have one common enemy, because whenever they put a rope around your neck, they're going to ask you if you're an atheist or a Christian. They put a rope around you because you're black.
Because you're black. They be like, excuse me, now what religion? Okay, bring her down.
Exactly.
No, they're going to say, string her up.
Exactly.
String her up.
They don't care. They don't care.
don't care.
And that's what Malcolm was saying. Put our petty differences aside, so that way we can all get on code and build something together. That's the same thing that H. Rap Brown taught. That's the same thing that Stokely Carmichael taught. That's the same thing that the Black Panthers taught. Black Panthers were very self-sufficient. The after school programs that they have were remarkable. The free lunch program, they got that from the Black Panthers. Free clinics, Black Panthers. So they were completely self-sufficient, just like the Nation of Islam is. That's why they keep on trying their best to bring Nation of Islam down. And like I said, Louis and Brother Minister Louis Farrakhan knows that there's agents inside the Nation of Islam. He knows that they are. They infiltrate the Nation of Islam all the time and try to bring it down from the inside out, just like they did with the Black Panthers, just like they did with Marcus Garvey's organization, just like they did with Brother Malcolm's organization. They brought it down from the inside out. Same deal with Dr. King, and I still say Dr. King's murder was an inside job. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
I think all of it is.
Yeah.
Malcolm, MLK, yeah. Unless they die from a terminal disease, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I really do. And you know what's so funny? And this is a hard road to even fathom, but 9 times out of 10, this is my melanated thought. Mimi the lady.
Right.
I was a black person told on him. I was a black person told me, he gonna be down there at the 7-Eleven at 8 o'clock.
Just like Nat Turner. Nat Turner. With Nat Turner, the only reason why the Nat Turner got turned in is because somebody from his own camp turned him in. And told those white folks where it was at.
Now, how are we supposed to come together amongst ourselves? We can't even get together ourselves.
Well, see, here's the thing. We gotta do what the Haitians did. I talked about this last week. We gotta do what the Haitians did. What the Haitians did whenever they was trying to get liberated, they did get liberated. What they did was, during the Haitian Revolution, was everybody that sympathized with the French, we get them out of pain. They would identify those coons, take them out.
Wow.
Oh,
I mean, that's a harsh reality, but...
Well, see, we know who most of our coons are, so then, okay, y'all stay over there.
Yeah.
Because
they're winning. They think they're winning, but in essence, they are winning because they get on TV and get all kind of donations, and they steady talking all that rhetoric.
I agree. Yeah. But here's the thing about that. Once white supremacy gets through with their tools, they break them.
Kick them to the curb. Omarosa.
Come on now. They broke her
Candace,
ass.
you next.
Oh, yeah, Candace owns you. Your ass is next. Once white supremacy gets through with you, they will break their tools. You ain't nothing but tool to them, and they will break you. They always break their tools. Again, that's like you say with Omarosa. Yeah. They broke her. And now she's trying to come back home. No, stay over there. No, stay over there.
Trying to do the double dutch. No, we don't want double dutch over here.
No, we good. Go over there. You was over there first, so stay over there.
Right.
Bye. Best of luck to you. And I had this conversation with a friend of mine, David. He was saying that, I was telling him that I'm pro-black. He said, what does that mean? I told him, hey, pro-black means I'm not anti-white. I'm not anti-anything except anti-white supremacy. And I am anti-anything that has to do with the development and education of black people. If that means other black people, then so be it. And he said, but wait a minute. If you're against other, but they black though. And I said, okay, let me put it like this. If you have an apple, you made a bite into that apple. You see a brown spot in that apple. You gonna eat that brown spot? You gonna cut it off?
Cut it out.
You gonna cut it off, right? But it's still part of that apple.
But you getting rid of the rotten part.
Hello, and that's what I told him. And he said, oh, okay, I get it. There you go. You can't take everybody with you because everybody don't want to go with you.
They think they do. Or they pretend
they
do.
They pretend that they want to.
But they just get in there to see what you're going to do, so they go back and report to somebody.
There you go. Yeah. That's exactly what those coons would do.
Yeah.
That's exactly what those coons would do. There were plenty of coons that brought down. There were several slave rebellions here in the United States that were brought down by coons. Could go back and say, oh, massa.
I was just going to say that just like I said yesterday.
Yep.
I'm going to be the one in the house.
Oh, massa.
Reggie and them planning to escape tonight, sir. Here is a copy of the map, sir. Yeah, we're going to have them ones like that.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So that's what you would do. See, the one that you would know are coons, what you do is you give them false information so that way they can go back and tell the map some bullshit. So, because, with me being light skinned, I'd be in the house too. But I'd be too sneaky. Okay, master sleep. Okay, this is what we gonna do, y'all. He go to sleep at this time right here. Y'all best time to get away is this time right here.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you could fathom, just close your eyes and fathom. If we all do get on one accord, what would that look like? What would it be like? Is it obtainable?
It's obtainable. It can happen. I mean, because Tulsa is a good example of that. It's obtainable.
But that was just a certain few.
Now let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Tulsa's a good example of that. Durham, North Carolina is a good example of that. Roseburg is a good example of that. If we had a whole bunch of those things all over the damn place, there is nothing that black people could not accomplish if once we get on code. Is it possible? Yes, indeed. It most certainly is. We just have to do it. Again, put your differences aside. Because white people do. Whenever it comes down to black people, they put their differences aside and they get on one. They get on one accord, and that's it.
Some do.
No, they do. White people do. Now there are
white people, yeah.
There are exceptions for every rule.
100%.
Oh yeah, when they get on one accord. Now black people, on the other hand, I don't want to deal with him. He's a Hebrew Israelite. I don't want to deal with him. He's a Muslim. I don't want to deal with him. He's an atheist.
So breaking you down.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with him. He's gay. I don't want to deal with him. He likes chocolate ice cream. Some stupid shit like that. Stupid shit like that. Again, like Malcolm said, put your little petty differences aside and let's get on one accord, because we have one common enemy, and that's white supremacy.
Yeah.
That's all it is to it. That's all it is to it. We just gotta do it. And we can do it. It can be done.
When I close my eyes, that would be a beautiful. I can really see it. We just a mecca with all them different shades of goodness and hardworking people. Go out there, do your 8 to 5 or 8 to 4, 9 to 5, whatever, and living in homes that you build. And get up on Saturdays and work in your yard on Saturdays and run errands and then go to church on Sunday and praise the Lord and get back up on Monday and do it all over again. And we're just functioning and being there for one another. We're through that village, and we take accountability not just for my household, but my sister's household, my brother's household, my neighbor. All of us take accountability.
Yeah.
That's what I remember when I was younger.
Yeah.
Even though I grew up in the country, I remember that time. It was a different story sometimes when we did, quote unquote, go to town. There always were, but that was from another race. Our race, oh my God, beautiful.
Man.
But then somewhere along the line,
We lost touch.
some of us got a little grown.
Well, see,
they say, got a little money,
I can tell you what
and
happened.
things change.
I can tell you what happened.
Yeah.
And Martin said this right before they killed him. He said, I think I integrated my people into a burning house. Malcolm is quoted as actually saying that because instead of him looking for, he said, dang, I think I messed up. Instead of me looking for a seat at the table, I should have been trying to build my own table like Malcolm was saying. You see, what people don't know is this right here. Martin started talking to Elijah Muhammad, and him and Elijah Muhammad were getting ready to start something because he started thinking to himself, wait a minute, if I've been looking for a seat at the table. And then Elijah Muhammad said, no, damn that, build your own table. Because if you get the seat at the table, what are they gonna give you? Crumbs from that table. You don't want crumbs. You don't want just crumbs of the cake. You want the whole cake. Get your whole damn the cake. You want your own recipe.
Obviously, get the ingredients and do it just.
There you go. You don't want the cake. You don't want a piece of the cake. You want the recipe.
Absolutely.
And that's where Elijah Muhammad, which I have a lot of respect for the Nation of Islam for that very same thing right there, because Elijah Muhammad taught those brothers, hey, don't ask for a piece of the cake. Get the recipe. Make your own cake. And that's what I love about Elijah Muhammad. You can say what you want to say about Elijah Muhammad having extramarital affairs, whatever. Okay, all right, cool. But he did a lot for black people.
He's human.
He's human, exactly. He's human. He's not God. He's human.
There's another topic that we touched on yesterday. We need to stop judging everybody.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody on this world perfect.
I give you another point. I need to get another prime example. Marion Barry. So many smoke crack.
But was that Detroit?
Yeah.
Detroit was one of the top notch.
No, Washington, D.C.
Was it Washington? Was it Washington?
Yeah, Washington, D.C.
I know it was a mecca though.
Heck yeah.
Everybody wanted to be there.
Everybody wanted to be there because of Marion Barry.
Successful.
Marion Barry was a ride for his, man. So what, he smoked crack? Didn't nobody care.
Everybody have vices. Name me somebody who don't have a vice.
Name one person.
I don't know any.
Exactly.
And if there is any, please call hotline 469. 638-3459 and let us know what that you don't have a vice. I would love to talk to you.
I would love to talk to you too, because we all have vices. Mine is chocolate chip cookies. I'll be the first to ask this woman right here. Mine is chocolate chip cookies. So that's my vice.
So we just need to stop judging one another. Like I said, if we could just come together and, oh my God, what a day that'll be.
That would be beautiful, man. Like I said. Well, we don't have nobody in that room, so I guess we'll just won't open the phone lines.
Okay.
So, but anyway.
It was a good topic, though.
Yeah.
Always a good topic.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And we had a good conversation, just like we did yesterday. But, and I enjoyed, talking with the in-laws, man, because, I like bouncing ideas off of Mike. So, yeah, we had fun, though, man. Yeah, it was good. It was a good convo, and this is kind of like the stage way of what we was talking about yesterday.
Right.
So, it really not much of a, and we talk like this all the time. So, yeah.
What happened to those days when we'll get together? Hey guys, let's meet up here and just go out and just have grown ass conversations. You will have those ones who's cracking a joke. That's what makes it good.
Yeah.
But just have grown ass conversation. How we, as black I used to call black young professionals. I used to be part of this group called Black Young Professionals, but damn old. So black people in general, what can we do? You can possibly, like, especially since I've been through, I've learned and garnered so much, and that's why I love you so much. Because I always said, if I was gonna get married, I want somebody who's smarter than me, who I can see myself building with, and we can obtain some shit together.
Exactly.
Excuse my friend. That's how I
you're
look
right.
at
You're
it.
right, baby. You're right.
But if and I remember I had this teacher one time. His name was Dr. Lawson. He said, if you are the smartest person in the room,
You need some more friends.
You need to find you a better great friend.
Come on.
A better group of friends.
There you go. I was always told that.
You know what
Somebody
I'm
told me
saying?
that too.
And I love the little mecca that we're in. We have our clowns. Shout out to Patrick Lee. And and then we have our ones who just come with it. Just make you think, I never looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I love that. And if we can just get some more that we all need, can't nobody make it in this world without somebody. I know
agree.
we all think we can,
I agree.
but we cannot.
I agree.
If you have children, if you don't have children, we always need a village. We need someone in our life, because if you're trying to talk to yourself and do things over yourself, you're going to crack up.
I can tell you right now, one person that we did galvanize behind. And I love this brother because he's a man of his convictions, and he did his thing even though he lost his job because of it. I'm talking about none other than the big afro having Colin Kaepernick. Brothers,
Say it again.
Brothers galvanized around him.
Say it again.
And they said, brother, do your thing. I love Colin Kaepernick. His picture can really pop in a second. Now, if we can galvanize behind this brother right here, and I hope he does get a job in the NFL. I think he was practicing, right?
I do too. He has.
So
he did send out a tweet either yesterday or before yesterday, stating that fact that he's been training, he's ready to go. He just wants somebody to give him that opportunity.
If they'll do it. That's the whole point.
And then shout out to Warren Moon. Warren Moon came up and said nobody will give him that opportunity because of what he stands for. What does his convictions have to do with him having an awesome arm?
Nothing at all.
Again,
there's a lot of teams that could use him.
That's judgment.
Yeah.
That's judgment.
There's a lot of teams out there that could use him right now.
Absolutely. Shout out to y'all know I'm a sports fan, so yeah,
it's sports fan.
It's quite a few teams that can use that arm.
Yep. But again, man, like I said, and you're absolutely right. We need to get to that point where we can get together and just, vibe. And again, and I've always been told that if you're the smartest person in the room, get a better group of friends. Because I've always told people I like to be challenged. If you don't like my opinion, okay, cool. That's a different point of view. I'm open. I'm an open book. I'm flexible. Come on, let me know what you got.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, again, we got people.
That's it. We all we got, man. We all we got. And we can, like I said, we can stand it behind Brother Colin. And, and we did. We supported that brother up until he lost his job.
Even then, since he lost his job,
Even since he lost his job,
yeah.
keep on saying put Colin back in the league. I mean, come on, he could be used.
But by the owners being majority
White.
yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna take a chance on. They'll take a chance on a woman beater or a drug addict, but they won't take a chance on him.
You better watch your mouth now. You speaking the truth too hard down there.
Oh, am I? I'm
at
sorry.
the end of this other table.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, baby.
You can't be speaking the truth on these airways like this.
I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry.
You know they don't like that.
Of course.
What's wrong with you?
I know, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But say again for the ones in the back though.
Well, I'll go ahead and say it again. If you'll take a chance on a drug addict, a woman beater. Oh, I forgot about the convicted murderers. I forgot about them. Oh, snap.
See, I was gonna say the ones who having kids out of wedlock and don't even want to pay her, now she's suing them.
Oh, yeah, the womanizers.
JJ. JJ, get it together. Get it together.
She went there. She went there.
That's what I'm saying. Judgment like that. You got all that history.
Yeah.
All that negative, what we consider negative factors behind your name,
Yeah.
but you still run along. In quote unquote, you're winning.
Right.
But here this man haven't done nothing but just stand true to his conviction, and he lost his job.
Yeah,
and
he
haven't
lost his
worked
job.
since.
It hasn't worked since,
That's
man.
crazy.
That's messed up.
And I guess because of the culture that we in, any other organization is quote unquote scared to take a chance on him because of the ramifications from it. That's crazy.
There shouldn't be a problem with that.
You might have nobody hurt him then.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
I think that's the biggest part that people don't. What they say, they don't want that smoke.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want that smoke. What? You heard him for what? You must be. See.
Exactly. You're right. You're right.
And then you know.
You're right.
Let's just keep it real.
You're right. You're absolutely
Who
right.
buy them big old tickets?
Come on now.
Who fill up the seats?
Yeah.
And maybe a lot of them had a problem with Colin.
Oh yeah, a whole lot of them did. A whole lot of them did.
Yeah.
A lot of, even the ones that wasn't buying tickets had a problem.
Yeah.
So you know.
So they want them dollars to come in. They gonna have to conform to the masses.
That's true. That's very true.
Which again, judgment, which is not even needed.
Exactly.
But again, we all we got.
Well, yeah. With that said, baby, that's a good way to wrap this show up, man. Because
Yes,
you're absolutely right. We all we got. I mean, we don't have anybody else but ourselves. And
That's
black
right.
people, we need to get on code and build a nation. That's what we need to be doing right now. Is nation building. Not going out here twerking. Not going out here popping bottles. Not going out here talking about how much weed you smoking and popping Xanax. Okay, we need to be nation building. You can't build the nation when you got your ass all up in the air. You can't. You can't. I'm sorry. You can't. So, but anyway. Good show, babe.
That's a very good show. That's a hell of a way to close out a segment.
Yes, indeed.
Kudos to you, boo.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Keep it 100.
Again, y'all, you know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button,
Notification.
hit the notification so you can get those
Tell a
notifications.
friend, tell a friend.
Oh yeah, if you have any ideas for a show, man, hit up the email address, melanated@earthlink.net.
Absolutely.
We'll check it out. So,
Definitely.
but we're gonna start coming on 5 o'clock from here on out, y'all, because like I know there's some people at 7 o'clock on a Sunday, they're getting ready for work the next day, and you know, yeah, I get that part. I understand that perfectly. So we'll adjust the time for our audience. But anyway, we gonna go and get up out of here because I don't know about her. I'm hungry.
It do smell good, don't it?
Oh, it smells
I've been
good.
putting my foot in it lately.
Let me tell y'all something
I don't
before-
know. He put that ring on my finger. I'm like, oh.
She got all domesticated on me and stuff, y'all. She did because we used to go out a lot. We really did. We used to go out a lot until COVID hit, and that kind of derailed that rap. But we still go out though. But yeah, man, she, you know,
I'm cooking from scratch on it.
I mean, sometimes I forget she's a country girl, y'all. I really do. I forget she's a country girl.
I
So
recognize. I can smother anything.
she sure can. I'm just being real with y'all.
No, but seriously, good show.
Yeah, really good show, babe. So
Let's go get some of this steak.
yes, indeed. So with that, on that note, I'm Reggie.
And I am Mimi the Lady.
We out.
Bye.